Welcome back to the channel, guys. So in today's video we are going to see a 4-endo set, and one of the battles went in tie, and as a result of which both of the players get a loss. So as you may know that if you tie with an opponent, then both the players get a loss in that case, and I think Niantic should change it. Both the players should get a win, because technically you haven't lost. So that thing cost me around 40 elo points, and I think I was pretty disappointed with it. And along with that, we have couple of bonus battles with you, featuring Surface and Majam. So I made a video when the Great League was there in the beginning of season 6 on a team featuring Shadow Machamp and Surface, and I think that was a pretty strong team in the initial battles. So make sure to check that out, and if you're new to the channel, if you like our content, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. And if you want to join the Battleset Discord server, the link to that is in the description down below, so make sure to check that out. And moving on to the team composition, the team which we are using today is Meganium, Alolan, Marowak and Swampert. So running pretty standard movesets on Meganium and Swampert, but we are running Fire Blast on Alolan, Marowak instead of Bone Club. So that's pretty spicy move, and I think towards the end Fire Blast is pretty handy. So in terms of PvP rating, I think the team does okay in safety and consistency, but I think it lacks in coverage. It definitely is weak to Altaria, but Swampert and Alolan Marowak both have some play with the Sludge Wave and Shadow Ball. Definitely they are weak to Altaria, but not as weak to some of my previous teams. So I think this team does okay. So yeah, without further delays, let's move on to the battles to see how the battle goes. So we are in a very favorable lead, and the opponent swaps to an Umbreon, and I think I would like to stay in this matchup because we already have a Swampert in the back for that Stunfisk. So Frenzy Plant will do a lot of damage to Umbreon, and since Meganium is also very bulky, I think it can tank some foul plays. So I think as long as we keep the switch advantage, we will surely be able to align the mons pretty perfectly. And I think the advantage of leading Meganium is that you can counter both Azumarill and Galarian Stunfisk, both of which are very common. So not sure how meta will change after today's rebalance, but definitely there is definitely Meganium has some play. So in comes Skarmory, and we do have an answer to that in the form of Alolan Marowak. So things have lined up pretty correctly, and we are going for Shadow Bone. This will do a lot of damage, and I went for it because I was not sure whether we will be able to reach a Fire Blast or not. So we are able to Fire Spin down the Skarmory, and in comes Stunfisk, which cannot do anything against us. All of its charge move are resisted. So going for charging up to 2 hydro cannons and going for one, this will definitely grab a shield, and the next one, it was a CMP, so we can comfortably take in any charge move coming in from the Stunfisk. So going for hydro cannon, this will bring down the Stunfisk very low, and I think mud shots will be able to take this down, or I go for a last minute hydro cannon. So yeah, taking this one, good game. Moving on to the next one, let's see what do we get. And we are in an Obstagoon Lead, so this is favorable for Meganium as long as the Obstagoon does not get a boost. And as I said, since Meganium is tanky, we will be able to tank a few Night Slashes. So building all the way up to an Earthquake and going for a Frenzy Plant just in case Obstagoon opts not to shield. So we definitely would want to shield this one, especially since the Obstagoon shielded our Frenzy Plant. So we are going for our Frenzy Plant now, and the Obstagoon decides to double shield, which is really good for us because we can come in with Swampert and Hydro Cannon this Obstagoon. So this is the advantage of running this team, that every Pokemon in this team is running hard hitting moveset. So that's more or like my playstyle, that I like to have Pokemons that can hit hard. So in comes Venusaur, which was not good for our Swampert, so I immediately swapped to Alolan Marowak, and in comes Azumarill. So since the opponent is out of shields, if this Azumarill does not lands a Hydro Can or a Hydro Pump to Alolan Marowak, I think we are looking good, because Shadow Bones are doing a lot of damage, but we do need to keep our Alolan Marowak alive for that Venusaur in the back. And they bait us with an Ice Beam, which is not really good, but our switch timer is almost up, and most likely this is not an Hydro Pump. Yeah, they go for an Ice Beam and immediately make a swap to Swampert, getting a bit of flag, which is really good. So coming in with the Venusaur, and this Venusaur will take a Sludge Wave to the face, and they will need to throw their energy unless because we would have gotten to a Hydro Cannon. So in comes Alolan Marowak, which fire spins down the Venusaur, and we do have a Shadow Bone ready for that Azu. So yeah, taking that win pretty comfortably, and yeah, good game. That was really close, I think. And moving on to the next match, and I think this is the one which ends up in a draw. So was in a very unfavorable matchup. So coming in with Swampert, and they swap into Pelipper, and Pelipper is a very interesting Pokemon in my opinion, and they might be running FPSticks team, which is Galarian Stunfisk, I think, in the back. So I think FPSticks team is Galvantula, Pelipper, and Galarian Stunfisk. So the opponent shields the Hydro Cannon, which is really good for us, and we are having shield advantage. So definitely I would want to come in with the Meganium. Do need to watch out for Hurricane, because Hurricane will do a lot of damage, and we are able to shield the Hurricane correctly. Now I think we can completely farm down this Pelipper. This is most likely to be a Weather Ball. Yep, so Weather Ball is resisted on Meganium, so we are able to farm down the Pelipper completely, and in comes Galvantula. So I go for an Earthquake to just take out the Galvantula, or we are barely able to take it out, but Fire Spin down the Galvantula. So in comes Galarian Stunfisk. So it is indeed a FPSticks team. So we take Rock Slide comfortably to the face, and I was expecting really a shield here since I farmed a lot of energy, and the opponent does not shield, which is very brave of them. Had we gone for Fire Blast, we would have taken that match. But the opponent will shield the Shadow Bone, but Fire Spins are doing a lot of damage, and at this point I was looking it was looking really good, especially since I snaked in a Vine Whip. But we will shield the Rock Slide, but I think Rock Slide coming in from Stunfisk will do a lot of damage. Not sure how much nerf it will get, but we will both get simultaneous KO and yeah, go down. So yeah, very close one, and despite losing the lead. So GG's. Moving on to the next one in Bastiodon Lead. So this is most likely to be a Grasshold team, so which I am really comfortable with, especially since they take on the Earthquake. So now I let go of my come in with my Swampert just so to see that Shadow Victreebel. And Shadow Victreebel, even though like I am comfortable of letting go the Swampert at this point, because now I can come in with the Alolan Marowak and farm down this Victreebel completely, but they are not running double Grasshole, so they are running an Azu in the back. So I mean, I'm really comfortable with this as well, because we are already up 2 Shadow Bones, and we will be able to pressure some shields, and now we can just come in with Meganium, and Meganium will just wall this Azu, especially since we are 2 shields up. So yeah, I think at this point the opponent has no play unless they look to sack swap the Bastiodon. But that's why I think I farm some extra, or I go for the Frenzy Plant straight away. So yeah, you're taking that win comfortably. Bastiodon, or there is a Victreebel in the back. So I thought it was a Bastiodon. So yeah, Leaf Blade does not take us out, but we do have a Alolan Marowak alive, and going for Shadow One just to make sure the kill happens. So yeah, good game. Moving on to the next one, let's see what do we get. And we are in a Meganium Mirror match. So when you are in a Meganium Mirror match, then you definitely would want to go for Frenzy Plants, because Earthquake and Frenzy Plant both are resisted, but Frenzy Plant would be more energy efficient. So I let go of the first Frenzy Plant just to see if the opponent shields or not. The opponent also does not shield, and now we are able to pull the trigger on Frenzy Plant because IVs on my Meganium are terrible, and it's a 14 attack, so I win the CMP every time, and we are able to Vine Whip down the opponent's Meganium. We are 1 shield down, but we will be able to pressure the shield on the Galvantula's end because of this Earthquake, and the opponent shields, which is the right move, but we will get farmed down by this Galvantula. But we do have an answer to that. I mean, both of our Pokemon are pretty good answer to Galvantula, but I come in with Alolan Marowak just to absorb any damage, because Alolan Marowak will be able to farm down this Galvantula, and I think the opponent fear that, so they swap into Galarian Stunfisk, which is really good for us, because even though this Earthquake lands, I think we will be able to pull the trigger on 2 Hydro Cannons before the opponent gets to the next Rock Slide. So I think the quick swap to Swampert saved us there, because the opponent would have gotten to the rock slide, or they get to the rock slide anyway. So letting go of Swampert now and coming in with Alolan Marowak to farm some more energy. And at this point I was so frustrated because my elo dropped by 200 points that I had to land the Fire Blast on the that was a massive overkill, but yeah, that had to happen. So shifting to the bonus battles now. So I in contrast to my previous team, I have swapped in the lead from Shadow Machamp to Surfetch, because I feel Shadow Machamp is a better closer as compared to Surfetched. So we were in a very favorable lead, and in comes Victini. So Victini will does a massive amount of damage to with its V create. It's a very powerful move. So but since they have double V create, their defense has dropped immensely. So we are out of shields, but we are okay with it, especially because we do have we know that they have a Galarian Stunfisk, and we do have double answer for that. But we are throwing back to back rock slides, because rock slide is the way to go. But this Meganium is farming a lot of energy, and I think they are already at another frenzy plant. But I think we can come in with Surfetch to take on the frenzy plant, and then possibly look to farm down with a Shadow Machamp. I think frenzy plant definitely knocks out the Surfetched, and we are able to farm down the Meganium, which is really good. And now we just need to beat this Stunfisk to the next to an earthquake, because rock slide would be resisted. So going for this rock slide, and cross chop knocks out the Galarian Stunfisk. So yeah, good game. So moving on to the next one, and we are in an Altaria lead. So this lead does not favor Surfetch, but I stay in this matchup just to land a close combat onto the Altaria, because we cannot swap right away into our Galarian Stunfisk. So at this point I let go of my Surfetch, and we can absorb any damage coming in from this Altaria onto our Galarian Stunfisk, and hope that they have something weak to Shadow Machamp in the back, because Altaria is really weak to a Charmer or an Asus. So definitely they will most likely to have a Galarian Stunfisk or something steel in the back. So going for rock slide, this rock slide takes out the Altaria, and I immediately swap to Meganium. And now I think my opponent makes a horrible mistake here of swapping into Bastiodon. I think they were trying to get rid of Bastiodon, because we do have a Galarian Stunfisk. So this allows us to farm a lot of energy of that Bastiodon, and we completely farm down by investing one shield. And this Shadow Machamp is loaded on a lot of energy, so we will be able to pressure both the shields at this Meganium's end. And since we are one shield up, I think we can shield the frenzy plant and look to cross chop down the Meganium. So yeah, I think cross chop again is an overkill. But yeah, we take that match, and yeah, farming down Bastiodon with Shadow Machamp was pretty awesome. So that's it for this video, guys. I think I hope that with the move free balance, the meta really changes, because right now the combination of Azumarill and Galarian Stunfisk is pretty huge, and I really look forward to runs of fire type Pokemon, especially Kanto Ninetales, along with maybe a Alolan Marowak or a Charizard. Because fire type is really my favorite typing. So I really hope that the meta really shifts from Azumarill and Galarian Stunfisk. So that's it for this video, guys, and I hope you enjoyed this one. So if you enjoyed, don't forget to like and subscribe, and thank you for watching. Peace.